Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
As we're nearing in on the opening pitch for game number 3 of the 2025 North Dakota opening round of the State A Legion Baseball Tournament here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our pregame show brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber from Valley Process Technologies Field here in Castleton. So far, it's been the East that has won the first 2 games. We'll find out what the bottom half of the bracket will feature. Devils Lake defeated the Bismarck Senators 12-0 in 5. Then the Fargo Jets defeated the Bismarck Reps 11-1 in 5 as well. Still to come after the conclusion of this game, we'll get to our opening awards ceremony roughly at 7 o'clock tonight, following the final game of Valley City and Castleton after that at about 8 o'clock here this evening. We'll take a quick break, and we come back. We'll remind you of games coming up tomorrow. Also keep you apprised of what's going on in AA and B, and get you ready for our starting lineups, and we'll hear from the coaches. That and more still to come here on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassiz Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per roll per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
A reminder still to come here this week on yourliveevent.com. We'll get to the State B Legion Tournament opening round matchups in Park River starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Be a good one with Langdon and Thompson to open things up. Then also on the upper half of the bracket at the B, it'll be Candu versus Linton Ashley Wishick roughly at 12:30. At about 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, Lemoore against Renville County. Then in the nightcap, it'll be Park River against Washburn. Again, that's the State B Legion Tournament. We'll continue to keep you apprised of games like that going on alongside with AA throughout the course of the day. But we'll take one more quick break. When we come back on our pregame show brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber, we'll get to the coaches. We'll hear from Coach Craig Schmick and also Coach Josh Almaris coming up here around the corner. That is next here in Castleton.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we continue on our pregame show here today from Castleton, the opening round of the State A Legion Tournament, it is Minot going up against Kindred. Joining us, here's the head coach from Minot. That is Craig Schmick. And Craig, just for you guys to get to a state tournament, what's been the message from this team, back in June to where you are now, last day of July, here in the opening round of state?
Yeah, man, I mean, we made it to the state tournament last year and obviously didn't go the way that we wanted to. Got outscored 19-1, made 14 errors in 2 games. So the biggest thing for us was just trying to find a way to get back here. That was the biggest thing for us all season, is that's kind of what I told the boys, is we just got to fight and get it back. And if we can get back there, let's play a little bit better, obviously. play some defense, pitch it well, and then come up with the timely hits when needed. But that's kind of been our message all year, and just telling our boys just to keep fighting. Obviously lost a big one to the Reps in the state qualifier. Got back, 10-run Dickinson, a good Dickinson team, and then played a good Senators team to get the 3 seed here.
What's a Trader characteristic that best describes this year's version of this club?
I would say the fact that they just keep fighting. We were down 6-0 to Watford City in the first game. In the 5th inning, found a way to score 7 runs and end up winning that one. And then same thing in the Dickinson game. We were tied 3-3 in the 5th and then ended up scoring 9 in the bottom of the 5th. So this team has been really good at just fighting and fighting and fighting until that last out's made. So very proud of the group that we have this year. Let's go through some of the players. Let's start with Caden Danielson. Just what have you seen from his performance from this summer to where he's at today? Yeah, Caden's been one of, if not the best pitcher in our entire Minot baseball program. He's thrown 50-something innings for us this year, has been exceptional. He was a starter for us all year, and then once the regional play started, I kind of told him, like, hey, I'm going to need you in the back end to kind of close some things out for us. So him and Brody Johnson have moved from starters to bullpen guys, and they've been really great for us in the regional tournament. Caden started in the 3-4 game just because he was able to and went 6 innings with 1-hit baseball. So, I mean, he's been one of the best. It's fun to watch him go out and do it.
Same thing with Levi. A similar question. Just how have you seen him grow throughout this summer?
Yeah, Levi's been with me for 3 summers now. So just seeing him as a freshman and just keep maturing and getting all the way here. I mean, he's just done a great job. He's been a guy that's bounced around and has played for the Vistas, has played for us, but he's been a big-time contributor for us. He's hit 2 all year, caught pretty much every single game that we've had, and he's hitting over 400. So, I mean, just some player that just kind of comes up and does it, and he's a great leader. So that's one thing that I can say about him.
Hey, Craig, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck here today against Kindred.
Yep, thank you so much.
Again, we'll continue on the pregame show after this here from Castleton.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. From Castleton, time to get to the bottom half of the opening round of the bracket here of the 2025 Legion Baseball Tournament. It's Kindred versus Minot. Joining us from the Kindred perspective is their head coach, that is Josh Almaris. Josh, just talk about the East region. What was something you really liked from your club in Devils Lake last week and that you hope to provide here in Castleton coming up, and particularly against the first opponent here in Minot?
Yeah, East Region tournament was fantastic. I mean, you go through those scores, and I think the biggest deficit was a 4-run game. I mean, it was just a phenomenal tournament, very competitive. I was really proud of how hard our guys fought. We didn't hit especially well, but we got big hits when we needed them. We gave a few too many free rides, I thought, but when it came down to it, our pitchers performed at a very high level. We got some big play from a handful of different people. But defensively, I was very, very proud of our guys. I think we made 2 errors the whole weekend. If we can continue to play like that, I hope we can continue to be on a little run here. But very proud of how well our guys competed. Knocked off the 3, knocked off the 2, and gave the number 1 everything we could give them.
Let's talk about some of the individuals so far this season. Graham Hess, what have you liked from him from top to bottom and going to the state tournament?
He's a great catcher. He's a young guy. He's grown a lot. We let our guys call their own game, and I just love the growth that he's shown, the conversations we get to have in between innings about, why are you calling this pitch, or let's reassess what's going on here. He's such a cerebral kid. He's a hard worker. Had a phenomenal tournament, hit 500. He was 6 for 12 in Devils Lake over the East Region tournament. And just, as a catcher, you're looking for a guy who's going to be selfless and do the little things to help your teammates, and he is outstanding at that. Very proud to to help him grow. He's a fantastic catcher.
Similar guy with Eli Mack. Just how have you seen his maturation continue to evolve here this summer?
Yeah, Eli's a good lefty, young kid. We're very proud of him. If he can continue to pound strikes, he's going to be effective. He throws high 70s, maybe a little bit into the 80s. I think they clocked him at 81 in Devil's Lake. So he's got some velocity. He's got a good mix. If he can continue to throw strikes, we're excited about not only what he could do tonight, but what he can continue to do in his future.
Final thing for me, Josh, just biggest thing, what do you want to see from your team against Minot or anybody else throughout this state tournament will be what?
Yeah, Minot's going to be a good team. They got a good guy on the mound. I think he's 6-1 on the season. I mean, he's had a great year, so just continuing to fight like we are. I mean, it's going to be a great matchup. I hope we can play defense like what we did in the East Region. I hope we can pitch a little bit better, not give up as many walks, and we can get our key hits like we did in the East Region.
Hey, Josh, it's always good to see you. Best of luck here today.
Thanks for the coverage, Chase. You guys always do a great job.
That again, Josh Almaris, head coach for Kindred, will continue on our pregame show after this here from Castleton.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
As we continue here on our pregame show, taking a look at our different diamond views from center field. We will have a first base pickoff view as well, and then behind home plate. Those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber, here's a look at what's ahead tomorrow. Elimination game starts at 11 o'clock in the morning between the Bismarck Senators and the Bismarck Reps. It'll be at 11 o'clock. The loser of this game will play at 1:30 against the loser of our next contest, Valley City and Castleton, in our second elimination game tomorrow afternoon. Then we get to the evening portion of the bracket starting at 5 o'clock. It'll be Devils Lake and Fargo. Then at 7:30, it'll be the winner of this game against the winner of our next one with the Royals and Castleton as well. So that's what's ahead tomorrow on the bracket. Earlier today, Devils Lake defeated the Bismarck Senators 12-0 in 5, and then you had the Fargo Jets over the Bismarck Reps 11-1 in 5 as well. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. Find the quality lumber and materials you need to get the job done at Castleton Lumber. Call 701-347-4471. That's 347-4471. We're back after this with our starting lineups and the opening pitch here in Castleton.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
As we get you ready for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. As for the Minot Metros, here they'll go like this. Brock Thompson, the designated hitters here will be Brock Thompson. Levi Ballas, the catcher, will be batting second, with Remington Anderson, the center fielder, batting third. Gavin King, the first baseman, batting cleanup, with Jace Price, the second baseman, batting fifth. Brady Vigestead, the third baseman, batting sixth, with Owen Sundahl, the right fielder. He will be batting in right, batting seventh. Ty Iverson, the shortstop, will be batting eighth, and then Logan Dixon, the left fielder, will be batting ninth. Jelmstead, the pitcher, here today for Minot. Again, Thompson, Ballas, Anderson, King, Price, Vigestead, Sundahl, Iverson, and Dixon, alongside with Jelmstead here in the pitcher. For the Kindred team, they'll go like this. Swenson will be in left, with Baumgartner in center, and then Getty will be in right. Sawyer has at first base, with Andy Trum at second. Bolaski is at shortstop. McDonald at third base, with Graham Hess behind the plate. And then Eli Mack will be on the mound here today for a Kindred. Kindred head coach Josh Almaris, Nick Engman, with Dean Wexel, Oakley DeBoard. And then from there for Minot, you will have Craig Shimmick will be the head coach, and Oscar Peg is the assistant coach. We'll continue with more after this. Again, that does it for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. We're back with the opening pitch between Minot and Kindred here in Castleton.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
2 games in and 12 to go, maybe 13 if we need the championship game number 2 on Monday. As we get to our umpiring crew calling balls and strikes here today, you're going to have Quint Irie. Also from there, you're going to have Taylor Fuse, and with him and Jeff Hammond here, our 3-man umpiring crew here in this contest. Both teams wearing blue. Going to see a lot of blue in this one. Also, Valley City going up against Castleton a little bit later on, seeing a different shade of blue in that contest as well. Minot and Kindred winner, put yourself in a setup situation going forward throughout the rest of this tournament. You lose this game, your season doesn't come to a close, but from there, your season will be on the line going forward. And then for some of these athletes, it'll be the last time representing their respective hometowns as they get ready for a second year of college, for first potentially. For others, you'll go right into the fall sports season where cross-country, football, and a host of other sports are ready to be around the corner and not too long from now. The coaches convention going on in Fargo So you have that, able to see Josh Omeris as an example for Kindred was over there a little bit yesterday afternoon over at the Holiday Inn with the Coaches Convention. So that's wrapping up here today as well. You get to this time of the season, if you're playing baseball, it's been a pretty darn good year for your club as you found a way to get to a state tournament and kind of put a bow, that is, on the summer. The Bismarck Senators and the Bismarck Reps in a first elimination game. Who's going to join them on that part of the bracket? Also, who's going to join Devils Lake and Fargo on the winners portion of the bracket? So far, 2 games, and it's been 2 10-run rules in 5 innings. We'll see if that trend continues or if we get to 6 or 7 here in this one. A reminder, the opening ceremonies we'll have for you here on yourliveevent.com starting at 7 o'clock here tonight. Then the final game of the day with Castleton and Valley City will follow roughly at around 8 o'clock here later this evening as we'll play that one under the lights here in Castleton. Eli Mack, the lefty, someone that Josh talked about on the pregame show. Really like his availability, someone who can hit the high 70s, low 80s. Speaking of high 70s, overcast skies, 75 degrees. Not too terrible of a day to be at the ball yard here on yourliveevent.com. We'll have the rest of the tournament also on your live event. Opening pitch at 4:01 is called a strike. Brock Thompson, the designated hitter, will take a strike at 0-1. Graham Hess behind the plate. Here's the pitch on the way. Big swing by Thompson. It's now 0-2. Minot, the team from the West, the 3 seed. Kindred, the team from the East, the number 2 seed here. From our center field camera, here's the 0-2. That'll go all the way to the backstop. Now it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson, then you got Levi after that, and Anderson here for Minot. First time through to see Eli Mack. Here's the 1-2. I'll be in the turf. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes here with Mack. Sawyer Hess up the first base line with Trom at second. Pulaski stands at short, and then McDonald at third. 2-2. 3 consecutive balls now to Thompson. Swenson in left with Baumgarten in center, and then Getty stands in right. Full count here for Mack. Hit in the air down the first base line. That'll go foul, and we'll see pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming here at Valley Process Technologies Field. Throughout the course of the tournament, make sure you stay tuned to our postgame where we'll hear from a member of the winning team, get to our play of the game, that and more, the payoff pitch. Foul tipped again. Good battle here from the leadoff batter, falling 0-2 in the count. Working it full, back-to-back foul pitches. Get 105 for a daily max in terms of pitch count. Thompson trying to see if he can get double digits here on this first at-bat, but takes strikeout number 1 here for Mack. Pitch number 8, and the battle goes to Mack. Now it goes to Levi at the plate. As Ballas, the catcher, takes a healthy cut at it, 0-1. Thompson came out swinging. Ballas comes out swinging as well. No balls and a strike. Here on the way for Mack. Breaking ball in there at the knee, now 0-2. That and a nice curve. Not so much 12-6, but more of maybe a 1-7 curveball right there by Mack. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mack, and there's 2 down. Now it goes to Remington Anderson, the center fielder. Trying to see if he can get a little 2-out rally going here for Minot. For Kindred, trying to find a way to have a nice tidy first inning here for Mack. Mack looks into Graham Hess behind the plate. Fastball out of the zone. It's 1-0. Throughout the course of this season, for any one of these 8 teams here at the state tournament, go through your ups and downs, your highs and lows. Here's the 1-0. Called a strike at 1-1. Some years it's just the old adage of getting hot at the right time. Once you get past July 15th, get to your regional, get to state. Other years you might have a balanced, loaded team where you feel like from the beginning you can make some noise and put yourself in a good situation. Breaking ball on the inner part 1 and 2. Mack is locating that breaking ball nicely early on here in the first inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air. That'll go into left center field, and that'll split the gap. Anderson rounds first on his way to second. Swenson able to cut that ball off and bring it back in, but it's a 2-out double for Anderson. An extra base hit for Minot to get things going here for the first hit of the contest. Now it goes to Gavin King, the cleanup batter, the first baseman. King here at the plate after the extra base hit by Anderson will allow Minot to have a runner in scoring position for the first time today. Nice piece of hitting as well there by Anderson, taking it the opposite field. Breaking ball just off the plate. It's now 1-0. Strikeout looking, strikeout swinging, a double. And what does King have in store here for Minot? Trying to take that first lead of the game. Foul back into the netting. It's 1-1. So far in the contest, we've seen the team that has scored first has won the game. Devils Lake against the Bismarck Senators, and the Jets against the Reps. Fargo Jets were the first to score, and they ended up winning. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, good spot, down in the zone, 1 and 2. Now, when you see a pitcher get an off-speed pitch and a fastball, and he's locating and he's finding the zone, that can be difficult even with just 2 pitches. Here's the 1-2. Fastball up and out of the zone now, 2 and 2. If King can get a board, Price is due up next here for Minot. State A Legion Tournament here on your liveevent.com. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Anderson at second base. The pitch. Foul back. This one will go all the way towards the softball diamond here in Castleton, as we'll keep it again at 2 and 2. Minot, the 3 seed from the West. Kindred, the 2 seed from the East, going through their respective West tournament in Bismarck and the East tournament regional in Devils Lake. Got him out in front. They'll have to complete the throw over to first. And that's a strikeout of the side variety here for Mack. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We played a half inning on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. We're scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the first.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
High school baseball here today on yourliveevent.com as we take a look at the starting lineups. The first time through the lineup here with Jomstead pitching for the Minot squad. Well, for Kindred, Brady Baumgarten will be batting leadoff. The center fielder Belaski will be the shortstop batting second here for Stanley. Graham Hess, the catcher, batting third. Cleanup will be Kylan Swenson in left. Sawyer Hess, the first baseman, batting fifth, with Fisher Johnson, the DH, batting sixth. Jack McDonald batting seventh for the third baseman. Carson Getty, the right fielder, batting eighth, with Andy Trom, the second baseman, batting ninth, and Eli Mack again is pitching. That's your starting lineups here for the first time through against Jomstead, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. We'll get to the outfield, infield behind the plate. Ballas, the catcher, with Jomstead, the battering ram here in this one. Righty will miss outside to Brady. Vigestead stands at third base with Iverson at short, Price at second, King at first. Here's the 1-0. This will be hit. Oh, what a catch. Vigestead, nearly a snow cone, robs extra bases from Baumgarten. Line drive out and a loud one at that. There's one down here in the first. Dixon in left with Anderson in center. Sundahl stands in rights. Molaski trying to make contact that Brady did just moments ago, but looked to find an alley. This will miss outside. It's 1-0. As Jelmstad here shakes off the catcher, finds his pitch, check swing. He went now 1-1. This is all about setting yourself up for what the rest of the tournament can have in store. Always interesting talking with coaches once you get to a state tournament. No matter the matchup, some you put your ace out in day number one and say, let's get us in the winner's bracket. Others, you might try to hold them, as this will be hit on the ground. Iverson can't glove it, and getting on board here will be Belaski as he makes his way to first base. Now it goes to Graham Hess, as we'll give that an error on the play by the shortstop in Iverson. Others, you might try to hold your ace maybe on day number 2 if you're expecting a matchup, so always kind of interesting to see how you work it at the end. Here's the pitch, hit on the ground, and Kindred coming out swinging early here against Jelmstad. Put the ball in play twice, got rewarded with a base runner at first. Here in Belaski, now it's to Graham Hess. And catcher. Temperature again in the mid-70s, overcast skies, but been just a gorgeous day for baseball here in Castleton. As runner will get back easily at first base there in Belaski. Has a healthy lead being held on by King. As we'll see that lead, you take 1, 2, kind of 2.5, now 3 strides off the... He's going to be running now for second. Here's the throw. This one is going to be up and nicely done by Price to try to stop the ball from going to center field. It's a stolen base for Stanley as he gets into scoring position. Belaski able to stand on second now. As Kylan Swenson works with a Graham Hess works with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Swenson is the on-deck batter. Now it's 2-1 here to Graham Hess. Two balls, 1 strike with 1 down. Fouled back to the backstop. It's 2-2. So far, it's been the East to flex their muscle a little bit against the West in day number 1 of the tournament, as the 2 East teams have outscored the 2 West teams by 23-1 in 10 innings of play. The 2-2. Nearly a strike 3 looking. Instead, Graham will take it and work the count full to 3-2. Molaski on that secondary lead, seeing if he can maybe get Jelmstad to have a balk call and take third. Here's the payoff pitch. Runners in a break. This is going to be hit up the first base side. That'll go foul. Well, Stanley trying to get to third base as he will make his way back to second here. Three-two yet again. This will be hit in the air. That'll go towards and gloved by Sundahl. The runner will come back, but I think we're going to have a balk call before that, and it will be a balk. Yes, it will. So negate the outs. Otherwise, you would have had an out at right field. So a balk will allow Belaski to take third base. You heard the umpire say it immediately, but still, if you're in the outfield, you might not hear him, so you're going to make the play and similar on the swing. But we'll have the 3-2 all over again with the runner at third. Infield comes in. This one is hit in the air. This could spell trouble down the right field line. That's a base hit. Coming in to score from third will be Belaski, and Graham Hess is able to make his way to first on an RBI single for the first run driven into the game. Kindred takes a 1-0 lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. So 1-0 to come on. As Swenson will be coming up. Number 9 and Dylan Stone is the courtesy runner now at first base. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So 1-0 in favor of Kindred after the error, stolen base, and a balk call. Molaski made his way home after the RBI single. Here's a hit-and-run opportunity. Here's a high fly ball hit deep to center. Anderson goes back, and he's at the warning track, and he can't glove it. Rounding second will be Stone. He's on his way to third. And all of a sudden, the Vikings with runners in scoring position at second and third after Swenson sent a ride here into center field. That's one where maybe Anderson wasn't quite sure where the wall was as he was heading back. It'll be a first base knock of the game here for Kindred, and we're runners at second and third. Now it's going to be to Sawyer Hess, and the Vikings looking for a big bottom of the first inning. One thing, give credit to Kindred again, all four batters have put the ball in play. Line drive out to Vigestad by Baumgarten. Molaski hit one on the ground to the shortstop to Iverson, who committed an error. Hess with a single, and then Swenson able to get to the warning track. First pitch swinging. This one goes foul by Hess. It's 0-1. And Kindred is threatening for a large bottom of the first inning here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Winner plays tomorrow at 7:30 in the nightcap. The 0-1, that'll work out the zone 1 ball and 1 strike. The loser will play at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon in an elimination contest. Big swing now, 1-2. Just a few moments ago in the last game, if you're a Twins fan, you were looking at your phone, and about every 5 minutes there was a new trade making its way through. As we'll see, the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Jelmstead gets a large out. That's number 2 here in the first. That's going to be Fisher Johnson. Johnson, the DH, batter number 6 here in the lineup. Swenson at second, while you have Stone at third. Going to be 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs here to a DH in the Kindred lineup. 1-0 pitch. There's a fly ball. That's going to be hit deep to right field, way back to the track. That ball is up, and that ball is gone. It's a round tripper for Fisher Johnson. A 3-run shot to boot, and Kindred has a 4-0 lead. An uppercut swing that delivers the goods for Johnson. As Johnson gets 3 runs driven in as he drives in Stone and Swenson. Down the line, just over 300 feet. Jets out a little bit from there to about 310 to 320. A little bit of wind blowing out maybe helped that ball just a skosh. And there's a fly ball that's hit down the left field line, but that'll hook foul. It's 0-1. But off the bat of Johnson on the uppercut, the question was, would it have enough to clear the wall? And Sundahl ran out of real estate. It's a 3-run homer, our second home run of the day here in Castleton combined through our games. The 0-1 is in there for a strike to Jack McDonald, but so far 4 runs across. A homer, a double, and a single here so far for Kindred in the inning. Popped up. Jelmstead. Ballas gives chase, and he'll make the catch as the catcher, but not before the damage was done. There were 4 runs across on 3 hits. There was 1 run, 1 error, and nobody left on base. The Kindred Vikings put 4 runs across here in the bottom of the first on your liveevent.com.
Chris from Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassi Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Broadcasting today from the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency broadcast booth. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online to KindredStateBank.com. That again is KindredStateBank.com. Get in touch with Jim and the crew at Kindred State Bank. Chase Miller with you here in Castleton. Eli Mack, 21 pitches to get through the first, delivers a strike here to Jace Price. Well, TJ Jelmstead, 24 pitches to get through inning number 1 in comparison. The 0-1, that'll miss. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 3-run blast in the bottom of the first inning has catapulted Kindred out to a 4-run lead. Here's the 1-1. Mack off speed, just off the zone, 2-1. Well, I'll tell you what, the Twins have a off day today, but their front office has sure been busy at the trade deadline. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. Call the strike regardless. Now 2-2. Speaking of busy, if you're a team you want to play today, tomorrow, get to Saturday, Sunday, and eventually get to Monday, try to play 5 straight days here at the State A Legion Tournament. Foul ball up the first base line, and we'll keep it at 2-2. Minot able to get 3 2-ball counts so far here against Mack. Brock Thompson worked the count full. Gavin King worked a 2-2. The problem is they struck out. And make it strikeout number 4 here for Mack. He struck out 2 looking. He struck out 2 swinging. And he's given up a double. And Mack is in the zone early here in the top of inning number 2. Not a Vigestead. Breaking ball, called the strike. It's 0-1. I said this earlier through some of our games with Heilman. I'm also able to see just get a good off speed. You just can't really time up a particular fastball, especially when you can locate it in and around the zone or consistently get called strikes. Back-to-back curveballs here to Vigestead. Fastball jammed him, comes in, takes a big hop. McDonald with the backhand, flips it over to first in time for the out. 5-3 on the putout, and there's 2 down. As now be Owen Sundahl, the right fielder. There's Sundahl with his right foot on the back end of that line, ropes one into right. Now take 2 hops in front of Getty. Opposite field single here for Sundahl, and for back-to-back innings, Minot has a 2-out base hit. This a single variety with a runner on. As you'll see, Ty Iverson, the shortstop. Runner takes his lead. Sundahl at first, ace put. Mack misses out of the zone. It's 1-0. As Minot now will try to get a 2-out rally going here and see if they can get 2 or 3 batters in a row to get on base here against Mack. Well, Mack is going to be looking for a nice, clean second inning here. He set 4 batters to the plate in the first against him. So far, 4th batter here of the second inning. This will miss low. Now 2-1. For Kindred in the bottom half of the second, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 batters. Getty, Trom, and a leadoff batter coming up to the plate. As this one gets through the catcher's glove of Graham Hess, so that'll allow the runner in Sundahl to scamper into scoring position on the pass ball. Minot 3-1. Second inning in a row, Minot's got a runner to second base here against Mack. The 3-1. Call the strike now, 3-2. Brock Thompson worked the count full in the first. Iverson doing the same here in the second. Mack 2 hits against, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Off speed, got him, and make it strikeout number 5. That'll retire the side here in the second. There are no runs on a hit, no error, and a runner left on base. We played 2 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kindred leads by 4 as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Bottom of the second inning here today from VPT Field. That's Valley Process Technologies Field here in Castleton. Chase Miller with you. Thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast. We'd like to thank those who have allowed us to provide you coverage here, so please patronize those sponsors as well. Without them, we would not bring you the State A. It was fun to be in Lemoore for a couple days for the State Bay Brew Tournament. Some good baseball down there. We'll have the State B upcoming as well. That'll make its way to Park River tomorrow starting at 10:30. But you have the 8, 9, and 1 batters, Carson Getty, Andy Traum, and Brady Baumgarten due up here for Kindred. TJ Jelmstead, 1 inning of work, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs. And then a strikeout as this one's going to be a hot shot, but line to King, and he was able to make the catch for 1 down. Good swing by Getty as he barreled it up. But if you're Kindred, you'll take an out like that. There's been 2 outs that have been right at an infielder. But if you're head coach Josh Almaris, you'll take it because you're getting to see the ball, able to barrel it up. Now it goes to Traum. Batter number 9 here in the lineup for Kindred. Here's the righty matchup. That'll miss outside. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Jelmstead the pitch. This one will hit him. As Traum was trying to get out of the way, the breaking ball just left Jelmstead's hand and didn't really have much of a chance to get to home plate. As runner will be at first base now with Traum. As you see, Brady Baumgarten here hit a rope to Vigestead at third base on pitch number 2 that he saw from TJ Jelmstead and was retired on a line drive out. Second time through here for Kindred. As this will miss for a ball low, it's 1-0. Still to come later tonight, 7 o'clock, we'll have the opening ceremonies here on yourliveevent.com. Then following that, it'll be Valley City, the West number 1 seed against the East 4 seed in Castleton. The 1-0 is going to be smothered at the plate by Ballas. It's now going to be 2-0. Then tomorrow, 4 more games. 2 teams will be eliminated. We'll go from 8 to 6. Saturday, we'll go from 6 to 4 and keep making our way to the championship eventually on Monday. The 2-0. Good spot for a strike and a 2-0 count. It's now 2-1 here to Brady. But the Vikings have opened up the game a little bit here in the second. The 4-run lead. Like to get maybe a 5th or a 6th run across. Minot will look for a goose egg in comparison. 2-1. Let me call the strike. Good secondary lead there by Andy Traum. Let's see if he breaks for second this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Took a good lead to start with. Then that secondary lead almost looked like he was going to scamper into second. This time going to go strike 3 looking, but the runner does get into scoring position. So you get a strike 3 looking. Brady is retired. Second strikeout here for Jelmstead, but the Vikings are able to get a runner and second base here for Traum. Woloski coming up to the plate to reach base on an error. Then it was a stolen base. Then it was a balk call to get him to third. And he came in after the blue hit by Graham Hess. Hits one down the third base line. That'll go foul. And so on 1. Minot top of the third. It will be 9-1 and 2 batters. Dixon, Thompson, and then Ballas after that. Ballas coming up here in the top of the third again for Minot. Here's the 0-1. Good spot now. 0-2 here to Belaski. Traum in scoring position here for the Vikings. Here's the 0-2 offering. Another off-speed pitch. Fighting that one off is Stanley as we continue it at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here on the second to the number 2 batter. 0-2 going to be hit on the ground of the third baseman. Backhanded there by Vigestad. Throws it across off the glove of the first baseman, and then they'll put the brake sign on. This one goes to catcher, and he'll just eat it. And holding his shoulder a little bit now is Blasky as he looks to be all right. As that one will be off the glove of the first baseman, King. So Andy Traum will go to third. Stanley stands at first base. And you'll have runners at the corners with Graham Hess, the catcher, and the second error there for Minot. Vigestad had to backhand it, had to fire it to King. It went off his glove. If he makes a catch, I'm in close at first. Instead, runners at the corners, and the Vikings still with life here in the bottom half. Runners in a break to second base. No throw, sliding in. Blasky now able to collect an extra 90 feet. Those will be 0-1. No balls and a strike here to Hess, who's already got 1 run driven in today. The 0-1 will miss low. It's 2-2. It's 1-1. For those of you that are just joining us, Fisher Johnson with the big hit so far. A 3-run homer to right. And inning number 1 for Kindred. Here's the 1-1 offering. Hit in the air. This will be a fly ball to right. Sundahl goes back and right in front of the track for out number 3. There were no runs on no hits, an error and 2 runners left. We played 2 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard as the Vikings leave 2 in scoring position. Kindred leads it by 4.
Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, another update for you from Minnesota Twins territory. The Cubs are acquiring Willie Castro from the Minnesota Twins, so it has been a flurry of Twins activity. Talking with a friend, he goes, I think they've had 6 players from the 40-man roster and now 7 from the 40-man roster that have been dealt. And that's before Randy Dobnak, that you add a AAA player who also has played in the majors over his tenure with the Twins. So it's going to look a little bit different if you had tickets for Target Field here later in the month of August or September. Dixon Thompson coming up to the plate here, 9-1, and then we'll get to the number 2 batter. Eli Mack, 37 pitches so far through 2 innings of work. Kindred leads it by 4. Here's the pitch. Off the zone, not by much. It's 1-0. Logan Dixon, the left fielder. Minot's left a runner in scoring position at second base in both the first and the second inning. The problem with it is it came on with 2 outs before they finally got a runner on base against Mack. Now 2-0. 2 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts against Mack so far. This one foul back. It's going to be 2-1. 4 runs across. The difference so far in this game in inning number 1 that started back at 4:01 just over a half hour ago. The 2-1. Breaking ball delivers a strike to Graham Hess. It's now 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Dixon. This one also foul back. We'll keep it at 2-2. If you've been the PR guy for the Minnesota Twins today, you've been kept busy. As just trade after trade just kind of has dealt in from the early afternoon to where we are now. This will be hit on the line. That'll be a foul ball. McDonald was trying to get there, but that'll be foul, and we'll keep it at 2-2. 2 hits so far for Minot, 2 so far for Kindred. As the 2-2 upcoming from Mack. Strike 3 looking, and the first time through the lineup, Mack with 6 strikeouts. He struck out 3 looking, he struck out 3 swinging. And now it goes to Brock Thompson. Struck out the side in the first, 2 in the second, 1 so far to lead things off here in the third. As it goes to the designated hitter and Brock Thompson. Mack delivers a strike, it's 0-1. So you see fans up the first and third base railings here in Castleton. The pitch, foul back. That'll be 0-2. For the Vikings, or for Kindred here in the third, it'll be their 4, 5, and 6 batters with Swenson, Hess, and Fisher Johnson. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Mack got him again. They'll have to complete the long way down. They'll throw it, get him. Another strikeout here from Mack as Thompson is retired. And there's 2 down quickly here in the third. As Levi comes up to the plate. Ballas with a strikeout, swinging. His first time up. This will miss in the turf. It's 1-0. Later tonight, the Lions and the Chargers for the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. 1-0 pitch, swung on, now 1-1. Trey Lance will get a start tonight. Had Easton Stick there for quite some time. Stick now to Atlanta. As Lance is the backup to Herbert out in Los Angeles, the 1-1. This will be hit on the ground. Mack with the throw over to first to Sawyer Hess, 1-3 on the putout, and now Mack has retired 4 consecutive batters. A 3 up, 3 down, third. 2.5 complete here today from Castleton. Kindred 4, Minot scoreless.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
3 innings for Mack, 49 pitches. 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks against. And right now, TJ Jelmstead trying to just keep up a little bit currently. After 4 runs across in the first, 0 in the second. Swenson, Sawyer Hess, and Fisher Johnson due up here for Kindred. Bottom of the third inning. Minot able to take down Fargo Post 2 earlier today in AA baseball, an elimination game out in Williston. So Post 2 season comes to a close. Post 400 will host the Central Plains Regional here upcoming in Fargo. As this will be a one-hopper backhanded by Iverson. Throws it across. Not in time. An infield single for Swenson. He's been hustling. Able to get a board at first. Now goes to Sawyer Hess with a strikeout. Just had a friend of mine text with fans that are Twins fans, how many are actually coming through the gates at Target Field going forward for the rest of the season? As here's a strike. Swenson slides in safely into scoring position. That's a good question. May be able to get in a little cheaper for fans coming to the park. But it has been a wholesale here for Minnesota and how the tables have turned after the All-Star break. I felt like maybe a contending team, but speaking of contending, the Kindred Club is contending for their 5th run. Base knock here by Sawyer Hess. They'll put the brakes on there for Josh Almaris. Sawyer Hess able to get aboard. Back-to-back singles here for Kindred. And they got runners at the corners with nobody out and 2 on here in the 3rd. You take a look at Sawyer there at first base being held on by King. Fisher Johnson with the elevated uppercut swing. Hit one to right and hit a 3-run homer his last time up. Deja vu all over again. As the runner will break to second, no throw. As Sawyer Hess now gets into scoring position. 1 ball, no strike here to Johnson. Johnson takes ball number 2. It's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Johnson took a rip at it. It's 2-1. Point of the game where Kindred has a chance to open it up a little bit here. 2-1, that'll miss. 3-1. Well, if you're Minot, trying to find a way to not give up any more runs or have this be a multi-run inning in the 3rd. The 3-1. Johnson taking all the way. Draws the walk, the 2nd of the game here for Kindred, and the bases are full here for Jack McDonald. And we'll have a meeting on the mound. This meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. Call 428-3121 for storage units on the north side of Kindred that are affordable, secure, and have easy access at Kindred Storage. That's 428-3121. So still nobody out here in inning number 3. A single, and a walk has loaded him up for Kindred. They left 2 runners on base so far. That was in the 2nd. As they have a single, a double, and a 3-run homer in the 1st. Also got 2 hits in the 3rd, 5 in the game so far here for Kindred. As the runners will head back to their respective bases after a mound visit, brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. Swenson at 3rd, Sawyer Hess at 2nd, Johnson at 1st, and nowhere to put Jack McDonald, who popped out in the infield his last time up. He'll take a strike on the inner part of the plate. It's 0-1. Anderson shading a little bit to left center field here in straightaway center. The 0-1 pitch is hit down the left field line for a base hit. Swenson comes in to score. Sawyer Hess is being waved around. Here comes a throw. Johnson will slide in safely into 3rd, and Jack McDonald gets 2 runs driven in with a hit down the left field line. It's 6-0. Swenson scores. Sawyer Hess scores. Fisher Johnson goes first to 3rd, and Jack McDonald hustling out of the box. Gets 2 runs to come across the plate and still nobody out. Infield will come in. This will miss outside to Carson Getty, who hit a line drive shot for an out his last time up to the first baseman. Here's the 1-0 to Getty. This will be called a strike. It's 1-1. And right now for TJ Jelmstead, the 1-1 pitch upcoming to Getty. Trying to find one on the ground. Getty instead hits one in the air. That'll go to left. Dixon camps underneath it. He makes the catch. But then a little awkward to throw the ball back, and it's still a sacrifice fly. Getty gets the run driven in. Johnson comes in to score. McDonald will stay put at second base, and it's a 3-run inning so far here for Kindred. Jelmstead right now will see Andy Traum, who was hit by a pitch his last time up. Hit by a pitch with a stolen base for the number 9 batter, Traum. Runner at second is McDonald. This will be hit on the ground. A 2-hopper that'll go to Iverson. Makes the throw across the diamond in time. Productive out here for Traum as he does move the runner up 90 feet with McDonald. Now back to the leadoff batter here for Kindred. And that might spell the afternoon here for TJ Jelmstead, as the head coach here for Minot will come out, and that will do it. We'll let you know who's coming in next here for Minot. Pitching change brought to you in part by Kindred Storage.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
This will be a straight switch as TJ Jelmstead will come out of the game. Coming into the game here for Minot will be Brody Johnson. Jelmstead 2 2/3 innings, 53 pitches, 6 hits. He's on the hook for the runner at third base. Currently 7 runs against, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Pitching change brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. So now it goes to Brady. Baumgarten at the plate. 0 for 2 today. Line drive out and a strikeout looking his last time up. This one will be, Malice does a good job of blocking that one. It's 1-0 on the way. If you're a Twins fan right now with all the trades, the question is Joe Ryan on the block? That's the real question right now. The 1-0. That'll be called a strike. It's 1-1. The Twins might have just said it's officially football season in Minnesota with all the trades and the week of play that they've had. Here's the 1-1. But in North Dakota right now, still got a few more days to enjoy the summer sun. Come out to the ballpark if you're in Castleton for the State A tournament tomorrow morning for more baseball. 4 games starting at 11. 2-1 pitch. That'll miss. 3-1. Enjoy the weekend. Also, if you're coming to Castleton, head on over to the Vets Club for the Cat Perkins concert later tonight. 3 balls and a strike. And that'll be a walk. It gets by the catcher. Here comes the runner. He will stand up. The throw, not going to be time. So that'll put the book on Jelmstead. He'll give up 8. Brady will take a walk with Baumgarten here. He'll stand at first base. The Vikings have put 4 runs up here in the third. As Miloski digs in now. Reach base twice on an error. He'll take a strike. It's 0-1. 4 runs in the first and 4 runs in the third, so the odd innings here for Kindred, they have made the most out of them. Batter number 8 here for Kindred as well. Runner going to break for second. Brady's going to slide in safely. As Baumgarten able to get that one. As it's now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here. And the pitch up out of the zone, 2-1. Miloski right now trying to see if he can reach base. Has already got a couple stolen bases with a run scored here. But more importantly for the Vikings, trying to get run number 9 across here in the third. Not nearly hit him. It's 3-1. Also getting close to batting around here. Johnson, second batter that he's faced, gave up a walk and now on the verge to give up walk number 2. Here's the 3-1. Strike, good spot, now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Stanley. Full count on the way. First full count for a Kindred batter since Graham Hess in the first, and we get a time at the plate. You can rewatch the games. Check that out on our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. Go to yourliveevent.com. Check out the complete schedule throughout the week and weekend. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled back, and we'll keep it at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Something new this year, Kindred will be making their way to Double-A for football. Talking with some coaches last year, they all circled Minot North as maybe the team to beat in 2A coming up here in the fall, with Horace now jumping up to 3A. 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air, fly ball that'll go into center field and now into the alley. Anderson camps underneath it to retire this side, but not before 4 runs do come across on 3 hits here in the inning. There were no errors and 1 runner left. As we played 3 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Kindred leads by 8.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
8 runs for the Vikings so far through 3 innings of work. It's the State A Legion tournament here on yourliveevent.com. Eli Mack back on the mound. The Mack attack through 3. 49 pitches, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks. He has been in rhythm. And the question is, do we continue our trend of 5-inning baseball today, where we saw Devils Lake defeat the Bismarck Senators 12-11 in 5, and the Fargo Jets won 11-1 over the Bismarck Reps. In-game update brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber from earlier today, as Anderson, King, and Price here for Minot in inning number 4. Taking a look back at some of the players who stood out in those games. The 1-0 will be called a strike. It's 1-1. Will Heilman able to go 3 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Then as for Devils Lake, the Fargo Jets led by Eli Emineth with 3 runs driven in, a couple extra base hits. He went 3 for 3 at the plate, 2 doubles, a walk, a single. Also Harper Schultz hit a 2-run homer with 3 runs driven in for the Fargo Jets. That's an in-game update brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber here in Castleton. 1-2, that'll miss out of the zone. Here's the 2-2 offering on the way. Strike 3 looking, and Matt gets his 8th strikeout of the contest. Gavin King coming up to the plate now, and there's 1 down. So Mack has recorded at least 1 strikeout in every inning to this point. Also missed for a ball. It's 1-0. Faced 2 over the minimum so far here for Mack. A double by Anderson and a single by Sundahl. That's been the base runners here for Minot. Nearly a hit by pitch to Gavin King. That's going to be 2-0. Mack has retired 5 consecutive batters. 9 of the last 10, but on the verge of delivering his first walk of the contest here to a Minot batter. Game that's just over 50 minutes old here today in Castleton. Looking forward to what the State B has in store in Park River, as well as some fun opening round matchups. Thompson and Langdon traditionally in baseball has always been a good contest. Able to see Renville County the last couple of years. They just continue to work and either get to state and Legion or state when it comes to a high school tournament, as well as this will miss for a ball. Gavin King takes the first free pass against Mack in the game as he will stand at first base. For the first time for Minot, they get a base runner on with under 2 outs. Now it goes to Jace Price. Price is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Runner stays put at first. Check swing went through the zone. It's 0-1. Sawyer Hess holding the runner on at first. Trom at second. Boleski at shortstop and McDonald at third with Graham Hess behind the plate. 0-1. A miss at the hands. Now 1-1. Swenson in left with Baumgarten in center and Getty stands in right. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down. Foul back into the netting. It's 1-2. Also, if you're a fan of this age of baseball, Fargo Post 400 going to host the Central Plains Regional. Always fun to see quality baseball. The winner of that makes their way to Shelby, North Carolina for the Legion World Series. Here's the 1-2. Work inside now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's get to the early part of August. Pretty much the summer is all set and done with summer sports. Girls golf will have their first tournament here in just a few days when it comes to fall athletics. Big swing and a miss as Mack gets his 9th strikeout of the game. Out of the 11 outs, 9 of them have been via the strikeout. 2 of them have been via ground out. 1 went to Mack as well. As this will miss low by Brady Vigestead, who had a ground ball out to McDonald back in the second at third. Runner again stands at first. Here's the 1-0. Hit on the ground. This one will go to the shortstop. And Boleski just can't make the play on the hop. So King will go to second. Brady Vigestead able to climb aboard here, and runners will be at first and second. Best chance here for Minot with multiple runners on. I'll give that an E6, and first error here for Kindred. Now it's to Owen Sundahl. Minot looking to get a run or 2 across here in the top half of the 4th if they're unable to do so, and Kindred puts 2 runs in the bottom half. You'll be back still 1 with your final 3 outs in the game in the 5th, as this will be a foul ball if it gets to that point. 4 batters in the first, the same in the second, a 3 up, 3 down third, and this will be batter number 5 here in the inning for Minot. The 0-1, now make it 0-2. That break has just been coming down to a nice spot for Mack so far. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runner at second is King. Vigestead stands at first. The pitch. Fastball out of the zone. It's 1-2. Mack looking to get to double digits in strikeouts. This one jammed. Slow roller to second. Trom in time makes the play to retire the side. No runs, no hits, and error, and 2 runners left. We played 3.5 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kindred leads it by 8.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Bottom of the fourth inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you, broadcasting from the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency broadcast booth here in Castleton. From banking to insurance, call Jim and the crew at Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency to handle your requests. For more info, go to KindredStateBank.com. That again is KindredStateBank.com. As this will go all the way to the backstop. Johnson, a third of an inning in relief so far. Batter number 3. First time that Graham Hess, Swenson, and Sawyer Hess will see Johnson here on the mound in this afternoon's game. The 1-0 hit on the ground. This will be a 3-hopper to Price. Price with the throw over across to King. 4-3 on the putout, and there's one down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. As you'll see, Kylan Swenson now has reached base twice on a double and a single. 2 runs scored with a stolen base to boot. Here's the offering on the way. Going to be called a strike. It's 0-1. As this one works out of the zone, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. This will also work out of the zone now, 2-1. Swenson also has some wheels if he can get on base. We've seen the stolen base today here for Kylan. As this will be a foul ball. Also for farmers, the wheat crop. Talking with some, they're saying Monday already. Going to get out and get the harvest brewing here just early in August. So it won't take too long before you start seeing some more farm equipment in the field as that'll run in now 3-2. Full count here to Kylan Swenson. Johnson with the payoff pitch. And Swenson hits one in the air to center. That'll one hop in front of Anderson. Third base hit here for Kylan, who's put him nice game together so far here for Swenson. And there's one on in the fourth. Now goes to Sawyer Hess. As Swenson takes his lead off of first. Being held on by King. Johnson will throw home. Swenson is going to go. It's a hit-and-run opportunity, and Hess fouls it back. It's 0-1. Vikings with 4 runs in inning number 1 on 3 hits. 4 runs in inning number 3, also on 3 hits. And Griffin Jacks is officially gone as the Tampa Bay Rays have acquired Jacks from the Twins. As another player, we might get to 10, 11 players on the 40-man roster that have been dealt. Wonder what the Major League record is from that perspective in one single day. No balls and 2 strikes as Swenson stays at first. Johnson looking for his first strikeout in relief. Swenson's going to break. This one will run in. Swenson slides and safely will be in scoring position. It's now 1-2. Sawyer with a run scored back in inning number 3, also with a single. 1 of 2 here today for the Kindred first baseman. Here's the 1-2. Fouled off. We'll keep it at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kindred 7 batters to the plate in the first, 5 in the second, 8 in the third. First 3 here against Johnson so far in the fourth. The 1-2. Strike 3, good breaking ball by Johnson. Third Kindred batter to be retired via the strikeout, and there's 2 down. That's to Fisher Johnson, who's reached base twice, a 3-run homer in the inning number 1. A walk with a run scored. That 3-run homer right now could be our precision egg play of the game that really put a separation up early in this one for Kindred. As that'll be called a strike, it's 0-1. Also, Ty France looks like is going to be on the move, and Louis Varlin. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This will be hit right back up the middle off the mound. Iverson across the diamond in time for the punch-out. There is no runs on a hit, no errors on a runner left. We played 4 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kindred leads by 8.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. How did your planting season go this year? Are you looking to make improvements for next year instead of breaking the bank on a whole new planter? Get the best price of the year on upgrades for your planter from Agassi Precision Ag this summer. Get $50 back per row per product for some of our best-selling solutions. Make the precision decision for your planter this summer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com for more information.
Well, the media question was, how many potential trades has a team had in a day? The Boston Red Sox with 10 had 10 major leaguers dealt. Well, the Twins right now are approaching, if not going over, the 10 count with also Jax, Varland, and now Ty France going to be on the move here. You add that with what's already happened with Paddock, Bader, Stewart, Correa, Duran, and a host of others. Here's the pitch. This will be hit in the air to straightaway center. Baumgartner's there, and there's one retired. Iverson retired. And there's one down here in the top of the 5th inning. Logan Dixon struck out looking his last time up. Then it goes back to the top of the lineup here. Mack on one pitch gets one down, and he's throwing 71 now. As we see Logan Dixon, the left fielder. Well, good news is for Minot, we're going to play a bottom of the 5th. The bad news, you cannot afford to give up 2 runs or more. Otherwise, there will be a 10-run rule if they don't put a run or 2 across. So far for Minot, they've had 3 base runners reach second. Nobody has reached third here today against Mack. The 1-0 out of the zone. Now 2-0. That was the first fly out of the game. First ball that has left the infield that's been an out for Minot. They've had a single and a double, but not in terms of a fly out or a pop out variety. 2-0 pitch. Now 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes to Dixon, then back to Brock Thompson here. 4-pitch walk, second walk of the game here for Mack. And there's a runner at first base here for Minot. That's to Brock Thompson, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That's Thompson. First pitch swinging, follows one back, it's 0-1. The real question is, even for the wind surge in Wichita and the St. Paul Saints, you're going to see a lot of fresh faces and new places, and the Colonels in Iowa as well. If you're a minor league fan, might be some fun to get to see some different guys at the ballpark here upcoming from the Twins organization. That's now going to be 1-1. Been a very active day in baseball. We've obviously just talked about the Twins, but you look up and just been more and more. Here's the offering. This is swing. Now it's 1-2. Still to come later today. Just under 2 hours from now, we'll get to the opening ceremony at 7 o'clock. Then Valley City and Castleton in our nightcap of day 1. The 1-2 from Max. Strike 3 looking, and he's got his 10th strikeout of the afternoon. 2 down as it's now up to the catcher to keep things going. Here with Levi and Ballas. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout swinging. Brock Thompson with his 3rd strikeout as a DH. Also be called a strike. It's 0-1. Dixon stands at first with a 1-out walk, being held on there by Sawyer Hess. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball makes it now 0-2. Well, up to this point, Mac has had 2 strikeouts in every inning, trying to keep that theme brewing here on an 0-2. Strike 3 looking, and there's the last strikeout as that'll retire the side here in this one. Mac now with 11 strikeouts. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. We played 4.5 today on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kindred 8, Minot scoreless.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Bottom of the 5th inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. Johnson goes an inning and a third in relief. Does give up a base knock. That was to Swenson, a walk to Brady Baumgarten. But able to have a nice appearance in relief. An inning, a third, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Now it goes to McGee. Landon McGee coming up with a straight switch here. Third pitcher here for Minot. So far, no runs across. They have collected 2 hits against Mac. They've left so far 5 runners on board with a couple of errors for Kindred, 1 error. They've left 4 runners aboard. They've collected 6 hits and 8 runs. Here's going to be a strike. Bottom third of the lineup for Kindred, McDonald, Getty, and Traum here to the plate. Here's the 0-1. Hit right back up the middle. That will be a base hit for Jack McDonald. And Kindred has a runner on here in the 5th. One thing for Kindred, this will be out of 5 innings, their second that they've had a leadoff runner aboard here for Kindred. Now it goes to Carson Getty. Getty with a sacrifice fly his last time up. 0 for 1 so far today. Hit the ball well. Runners in a break for second. And McDonald easily going to slide in safely. Very reminiscent to the Devils Lake game where they got a runner on and they were pretty much almost on the first pitch after you got a runner at first. They were breaking to get into scoring position. Here's the 1-0. Laced, a little filleted shot over the outstretched arm of the shortstop Iverson. The runner will round third on his way home, and McDonald, as going into second, will be Getty on a big hop that gets by the left fielder Dixon. Station to station baseball, and Kindred takes a 9-0 lead. McDonald with his first run score of the game. Getty hit that one right off the end of the bat, gets his second run driven in. Now the game-ending run, that's second base, now to Traum. This will be through the wickets. Ballas, that'll go all the way towards third. Now Traum just looking to put the ball in play and make this a 10-run game, while McGee will need a strikeout or something on the ground to keep this one from calling it a day, as we'll have a quick meeting on the mound. This meeting on the mound brought to you in part by Kindred Storage. Call 428-3121 for storage units on the north side of Kindred. as looks like what they are going to do is put a couple of guys at the plate and intentionally walk them. So you're going to have Trom on an intentional walk. You're going to have Brady on an intentional walk. So Trom will be now at second. Brady will be at first. And then from there, we'll make a pitching change potentially, it looks like, here as well. As Minot will make the substitution here. Number 43 will come on in Hayden Bach, excuse me. So Bach will come on and now pitch. So McGee, not with too much of a hook here, with a single, and 2 intentional walk. He is on the hook for the runner, is on base right now as well. So base is full here of Kindred. And nowhere to put the number 2 batter here in Belaski. Just one of those situations where you just make it simple. You got to get an out at home or a strikeout. Something in the infield, otherwise there won't be much there as McGee. Johnson came in, then McGee. So this will be the 4th pitcher of the game here with Bach coming on. So McGee goes with 4 batters. He will just see a handful of pitches because McDonald got about 3 pitches. That's it for McGee. And then 2 intentional walks. Bases are full, nowhere to put the number 2 batter in Belaski. Here's the pitch. That'll work in. It's now 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Stanley. Base is full for Kindred, but the game-ending running Carson Getty stands at third. Here's a high fly ball that'll go to left. Dixon going up, looking for it, and that ball is going to one-hop all the way to the wall, and that'll do it. The game-winning hit will come in. Getty will come in to score, and then Stanley will get the run driven in a contest that finishes at 4:17. Make that 5:17 here today. 1 hour and 16 minutes here in this one. We're back with more on our post-game show. A 10-run rule for the 3rd time today here on your liveevent.com.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Come back on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. 10 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 4 runners left. For Minot, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 5 runners left. Eli Mack was sensational. 5 innings of work of 2-hit baseball. No runs, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. TJ Jumpstead will pick up the loss. 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 8 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts in comparison. As Kindred puts 2 runs across here in the bottom of the 5th inning and picks up the win. Again, Castleton Lumber post-game show as we take a look at our play of the contest, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. A 3-run shot by Fisher Johnson. Johnson, a designated hitter with that uppercut swing, hit one in the air to right over Sundall's head. That made it 4-0 in the 1st inning, and Kindred never looked back. Our play of the game, Fisher Johnson, the 3-run homer that was back in inning number 1, is our Agassi feature precision play of the game. Your local precision planting dealer, Agassi Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. here in this one. As we continue on our Castleton Lumber postgame show, Brady Baumgartner here in this one was able to go 0 for 2 with a walk and an intentional walk and a stolen base. Belaski here today went 1 of 4 at the plate with a run scored and a stolen base. Graham Hess was able to go 1 of 3 today with a single and a run scored and a run driven in. Kylan Swenson reaches base all 3 times, gets 3 hits, 2 runs scored, and a couple of stolen bases. Sawyer Hess goes 1 of 3 at the plate with a single and a run scored. Fisher Johnson with 3 runs driven in. He would go 1 of 2 here today. Jack McDonald goes 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs driven in and a run scored and a stolen base. Carson Getty with a sacrifice fly, a single and a run scored as well, 2 runs driven in. And Andy Traum with a hit by pitch, an intentional walk. He would go 0 for 1 at the plate. Brock Thompson goes 0 for 3. The same thing for Ballas here for Minot. You had Anderson going 1 of 2 with a double. Gavin King goes 0 for 1 with the walk. Jace Price goes 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Vigestead goes 0 for 2. Sundahl goes 1 of 2 with a single. Iverson goes 0 for 2. And then Logan Dixon goes 0 for 1 as well. We'll take a quick break. We're back with more. We'll hear from our winning pitcher, Eli Mack, on a 5-inning performance of 11 strikeouts. That is next on our postgame show, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
As we come back with us on the post-game show, join us, the winning pitcher of record. That, again, is Eli Mack. One more time, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, no runs, 2 hits, and 5 innings of work. Eli, what was working for you? Obviously, a nice big bender with that curveball. Got the fastball working up in the zone as well. Just what was feeling well on the mound for you today?
My fastball felt pretty good today. Obviously, I had a lot of confidence because I knew my defense was going to make some good plays, so that helped a lot, I feel like.
Inning number 1, you put 4 runs across, but take us through what's kind of going through your mind when you see a teammate, Fisher Johnson, put one out to right there for that 3-run homer.
It helps a lot because pitching with 4-run leads better than a 1-run lead. So, yeah, that really helped a lot for everyone's confidence and just really good hit.
What was the kind of message going into, last week in a Devil's Lake and here for the state tournament from the coaching staff and this team? Obviously, you're in the winner's bracket now. There's still more work to be done. But what was kind of the message, from last weekend in Devil's Lake to carry over here today in Castleton?
Just to take it one game at a time and just play as hard as we can every game, and I feel like we did that pretty well.
Also, a really nice day at the plate for Kylan Swenson. He gets on base 3 times. He collects 2 runs. When Kylan can go in, what does that do, especially with his speed?
Really good, or it's really nice because basically he can score on about everything from second base. So it's really nice to have that as a just team, and he's really good.
Eli, last question that I have, just as a pitcher, how do you know when you maybe have that fastball or have that curveball working? Is it early on in the game before you get to the first pitch? Is it after 1 or 2 batters? Like, how do you know as a pitcher that, okay, I feel like my stuff is pretty good today?
Usually you can tell from the bullpen, and today in the bullpen I felt pretty good, so I knew it was going to hopefully be a good game.
Hey, Eli, congratulations on the win. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Eli Mack with us on our post-game show. We'll put a bow on game number 3 next as Kindred moves on to the winner's bracket.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
As we come back on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. In a ball game that finishes in an hour and 16 minutes here in this one, Kindred picks up the 10-0 win over Minot. So here's a look at what the bracket is going to be upcoming tomorrow, and then we still have one more game here later today. The Bismarck Senators and the Bismarck Reps will play an elimination game at 11. Minot will play the loser of our next game, either Valley City or Castleton, at 1:30. Winners bracket games at 5 o'clock will be Devils Lake and Fargo, and then at 7:30 it'll be Kindred against the winner of our next game. Our coverage will continue at 7 o'clock for the opening game ceremony, and then following that we'll get to the final game of day number 1, Valley City and Castleton. Also a note, the Minnesota Twins are going to take $33 million of Carlos Correa's contract as part of the trade. So it was a little over $115 or so million remaining. The Twins will take $33 million of that on part of the cap. But that's a look and a recap of game number 3 as Kindred defeats Minot. Really good pitching by Eli Mack, some quality hitting as well. Tip of the cap to Coach Josh Almera says Kindred picks up the win. That does it for our post-game show, brought to you in part by Castleton Lumber. Get in touch with Ross and the crew at Castleton Lumber at 701-347-4471. That's 347-4471. We're back with more at 7 o'clock tonight for the opening ceremonies. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Thursday and join us for the nightcap for the opening ceremonies and Castleton and Valley City here later on your liveevent.com.